Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Penis enhancement chewables.
Is this the Blue Chew song? Let your dick grow with that Blue Chew flow. This guy's doing the whole fucking song all of a sudden. Can we get a higher finish up there at the top? There it is. There it is. There it is. That was it. There it is, everybody.
We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome back for the 5th time.
Really?
Yeah, 5th time on the show, comedian Erik Griffin.
Yay. And we're back. Oh,
I need this. All right. Let's
Yeah, you've been good about this lately.
What are you talking about?
With the notes and stuff. You coming in prepared.
Oh yeah.
Like it's CNN News.
You know
or something
it.
Like that. Good for you.
Let's just keep it positive. Firstly, wait.
The name of your podcast,
What?
by the way. It should be called "Keep It Positive" because, by the way, anytime you say that, I know that means it's going to go negative.
I know. We're gonna get eventually into the Star Wars review. I don't want to get into it because there's a lot of things to talk about.
This one's yours.
Firstly,
so what are we doing?
I want you to, because I like it when you roast my place.
No.
What are 3 things wrong right now with my apartment?
3? We just okay.
No, do 5. Do 5. Do 5.
No.
5.
See,
Okay.
everything's fine
No,
except for that floating power strip. There's a floating power strip right now. It doesn't
All right,
look healthy.
that was a good
safe.
one. That was a good one because that's new.
Is that new? A new
Yeah, that's a new
predicament.
Yeah,
right
what's
there?
the second thing that bothers you?
No, you know what? The hot plate is still here. That's nice. Yeah, we still got the.
You son of a gun.
Are you cooking eggs?
All right, this is what I like. I like it
don't know
when you
about
do
that.
this.
So the hot plate.
All right,
the floor looks clean. It's
Yeah.
good.
What about the smell?
Yeah, it still smells like a graveyard, but
Okay.
It's
So
good.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
But everything else looks fine.
yeah, everything else looks
Yeah.
fine.
I'm trying to tidy up.
Oh, is this tidied up?
Well, my girlfriend. Hold up. My girlfriend got me this book.
Oh, what's the book called?
It's called
Let me see.
Yeah. Just say the title.
The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up.
Yeah.
The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing.
Yeah. So the author's
Wow.
name. She's a Japanese
Let's
woman.
just pick a section.
Yeah. Go ahead. This is fun.
This is
This
like
is
looking
unplanned.
in the Bible. All right.
Yeah. So hold up. Let me just say her name is
Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo. Shout out to Marie Kondo. We would
Marie
love
is
to-
obviously her American name.
I guess she's a Japanese woman. She's always welcome as a guest. Go ahead, pick a page.
But I'm just wondering, like, she's Japanese, but she picks sort of a Latino name,
Well, it's good.
Well, it's not
Great-
Maria, it's Marie.
Well, yeah, it's
okay, so I
Marie.
got
It's
it.
Marie.
All right, what to do when you can't throw something away? Oh, this is for Craig too. This is perfect. I picked
You better believe it, buddy. You
We
better
picked the
believe it.
perfect-
Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir,
you should
buddy.
what you should do right now is you should edit in right now. Just go through
Craig's apartment.
Craig's apartment. Yeah, just a quick picture of the hoarder situation.
I love it. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Human judgment can be divided into 2 broad types: intuitive and rational. When it comes to selecting what to discard, it's actually our rational judgment that causes trouble. Oh.
So there's a whole philosophy
this
behind.
is-
So with this could revamp because it teaches you how to categorize items and like what value does certain items have to you, what importance does it have to you, and whether or not you're willing to keep it or not.
Okay, here's my problem, Steve.
See, there's always a problem, but go ahead. That's why
Here's my
we
problem.
have our movie review thing.
You have a almost an inch and a half book like this book is bigger than your place. You know what I'm saying?
All
Like
right.
this
I
should
was
be
waiting for it.
this should be a pamphlet. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Wait, the fact that you need a whole book to tidy up this apartment.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Because you know,
I like it.
I'm not going to use Craig as an example, but we all have a thing where we put importance to certain objects.
You know
what I'm
and
saying?
all joking aside, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying, because even in my place, like, even if you just go to clothes, don't you find yourself like you're going through your clothes and you go, well, I can't throw this shirt away.
Yeah.
This one was blah, blah,
Sentimental
blah, blah,
value,
or whatever,
yeah.
you know, and then
Right.
you just like, but I actually started doing that. And you know what I started to do is this, I look at my closet, I go, I haven't worn this in 6 months. It goes in a bag and I'm giving it to Goodwill.
Do you
know?
do that?
Yeah, I've been doing it. I have like, and I really,
Oh,
I have
so you're already practicing this.
I have so many, but here's the thing though, I haven't taken the bags to Goodwill yet.
Well, why don't you do that?
Because I think just like subconsciously, I'm like, well, that one shirt that I.
Yeah.
But we know what you have to start doing is you just have to go buy a new shirt. So if you go, like if you're a person that likes T-shirts or graphic tees,
yeah.
So then what you got to do is you just got to go, you go find a new one, and then if you buy a new one, maybe you should throw away 3 of them.
Yeah, for sure.
That you don't, so just
Yeah.
some kind of pattern. But we do hold on to things, Like
Yeah,
if I look at your place right now, there's just probably so many things that you're like, do you really need this?
No,
Like,
there's
why
a
is
lot.
this still here?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So
I have no idea.
I mean,
I have a hard time getting rid of it. I'll tell you that much. I don't know why. Yeah. So people liked our movie review, huh?
yeah, they did. Well, they liked it because I think they just like us. But there was a lot of comments about stuff that I was like, damn, we don't know enough about Star Wars.
And then you added, because you texted me and you warned me like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm not that much of a nerd.
See,
I don't know the books. I've seen New Hope.
Admittedly, we
yeah.
both.
I've seen the
saw
movies.
the movies.
I've seen the
Okay,
movies.
sorry.
I don't know episode 13.
Of
on Tatooine,
right.
when this comet hit this certain
The
village.
Tatooine Chronicles.
And then the Ewoks were informed on.
Right.
I don't know on Endor. I don't know this.
Yeah, we don't know the Endor games.
But what doesn't sit well with me though is the way you're really defending Rey.
Oh, here we go.
So no.
You want to continue this?
I kind of do.
You want to fucking continue this?
I kind of do.
You know what?
Because this guy wrote something.
But you have to let me finish. You can't. But this is your problem. The problem is you don't listen. And you get like tunnel vision on what you're saying. All right. Can I just make my point? And I'm only gonna say this shit one time. This time. All right. I'm just trying to make a simple point, all right? Luke, in the Star Wars movie alone, all right? His traveling to becoming a Jedi, there was no real training for him, okay? And he was able to pick up a lightsaber, and he was fighting with a lightsaber in Star Wars with no training. He was on the ship with Obi-Wan, and he was like getting hit with the lasers when he was covered.
It's called the Millennium Falcon first of all.
Okay,
so he was on the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, Jesus!
And
That's the thing he wants to get. Okay,
but he was practicing.
Right. But wait. But he just did it for the first time. Okay, right?
Yeah.
It was the first time he'd ever picked up a lightsaber, right?
But okay, I see where you're getting at.
Because Obi-Wan was like, the lightsaber is the weapon of a Jedi. He introduced it for the first time.
Okay.
He tried to do it. Now, let me ask you. That was the only time in that whole movie that he picked up a lightsaber and was practicing with it, right? Yes or no?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
All right. At the end of
I'm listening.
At the end of Star Wars, weren't they fighting? Wasn't he like fighting with the lightsaber at some point, or was that? No, he wasn't even fighting with the lightsaber.
No, he wasn't. He
had
a blaster gun.
Okay, but my point is like, so he sees
Obi-Wan was fighting,
and Obi-Wan died.
He died from Darth Vader.
He never got to do his training. No. So now you go into Empire Strikes Back.
Thank you.
All right. Now, obviously, he'd been trying to train, but he had no real trainer.
Yoda.
No, motherfucker, he didn't get to Yoda yet. Okay.
Well, you said Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, Steve. This is what you don't listen. Steve, in the beginning of the movie, he's on the ice planet. He's in the cave.
Hoth. The planet's called. It's Hoth.
This motherfucker.
It's Hoth.
He's on Hoth.
Yeah, he's on
and he's
Hoth.
upside down in the cave with the monster.
Yes, sir.
So you see, he has limited training as a Jedi.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Then he goes to
the Dagobah system.
He finally goes to the Dagobah system.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, Han Solo and all this other stuff is going on at the same time.
Cloud City.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is the timeline for how long it took? How long was he on the Dagobah system with Yoda while at the same time Han Solo and Leia are like doing all that stuff where they find, what's his name? Billy D. Wood, Lando Calrissian.
Lando Calrissian.
Okay, so how long was that? Would you think it was a week? You think it was 2 weeks? You think it was 3 weeks?
This is something I'll admit. Didn't mean to cut you off, but this is where I made the mistake, and I'm willing to. If I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit my faults. Someone commented on what I think the video we did. Someone direct messaged me. Some real far out Star Wars geek fan, like he knew the books and stuff. And the movies, and he's like, well, you forgot to mention that, because you know how I was downplaying Princess Leia. I'm like, well, why is she, But Yoda foretold that. Remember at the very end, he goes, there's one more.
I know.
Yeah, so I forgot about that scene, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, because I was saying but I was telling you, that's a whole different argument.
Okay.
But since you brought that argument up, I was just trying to say that they foreshadowed that Leia was going to have Jedi powers throughout the whole series.
Okay, and I'm willing to admit, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
All right, but you're wrong about a lot of shit, but let's keep going.
Whoa, no, I'm wrong about that one thing.
All right, now listen. Okay,
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
My point is, I still want to hear, how long do you think Luke Skywalker was on
in the
that
Dagobah
planet
system?
with Yoda? It had to be like 3 days tops.
No,
Correct.
it was about 3 weeks.
So let me ask you this. So it was 3 weeks for Han Solo and what's her face to get to the Cloud City. So that all took by 3 weeks.
They were chilling for a minute.
So let's say I'm gonna give you 3 weeks.
Hold up, you didn't also an important part is Luke's X-wing was underneath the swamp as well.
Okay, that doesn't even matter.
So that was, and plus you could tell he was kind of rugged. He was dirty.
Steve.
I'm guessing a few weeks.
Actually, you know what? We could
dispute it.
No, Steve, you never listen. This is the part that people say a lot.
Oh my God.
You know what a lot of the comments were? Steve does not listen. No. You know how we can find out?
God, I'm about to kill you.
No, there's actually a thing we can find out.
Okay.
Listen, in Empire Strikes Back, remember when Darth Vader was there? Remember when they go to dinner?
Okay, thank God it's the time for the ad read.
Oh. I'm in the middle of
I know,
what?
and I'm
in
so
the middle
glad.
of making my point.
Thank you, God.
This is
put a cork in it
right now.
Put a cork in it.
We're going back to this point.
It's my time.
We're going back to this point. That's all I'm saying.
So this episode is brought to you by Blue Chew with the BLUE. Okay, Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Blue Chew you could use if you're a single guy, if you're a guy with a girlfriend, whatever partner you're with, even when you're alone. If you're watching X videos or Pornhub and you lose your boner, all you have to do is eat a Blue Chew.
That's a real commitment.
And you could actually have a better masturbation experience as well as a better love-making experience as well. So you don't have to have a partner. You could be a single guy, and you could just go to Blue Chew, okay? This is for you, okay? Because I know. I have a girlfriend, but I enjoy masturbating as well. A lot. It prepares and ships directly to you, so you could save yourself the embarrassment of going to a pharmacy, right? And it's also cheaper. So right now, we have a special deal. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code Steebee, STEEBEE. Again, that's BlueChew.com, BLUE Chew.com. Use the promo code Steebee. Now back to your point.
What?
So it says here that the official word from Lucasfilm was that Luke spent 18 months on Dagobah.
No
18 months on Dagobah.
No, but wait.
From the Google source.
Wait.
Yeah, 18 months.
Hold on. There's no fucking way.
It's there on Google.
I know, but there's no way.
Lucas source.
You're telling me that Luke and Leia were on the Cloud City for
he
over a
Googled
year.
Thank you. He's our Jamie. He's my Jamie.
Steve,
like Jamie
you're
on
not,
the Joe
You're not
Rogan.
letting yourself use your rational thought.
Well, you're not listening. You're not listening.
In the movie, so forget about what's going on with Luke. You're just watching the movie. How was Luke and Leia how did it take them 18 months to go from escaping, and then so you're telling me that Darth Vader waited. How long did Darth Vader wait to go get them? Craig, just asking you. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I mean, it's weird. I agree.
No, listen, guys. There's no way that took 18 months, because that would mean that Luke. I gotta guess. It's amazing. I gotta say the same thing like 50 times.
I love it.
Because you guys don't listen.
Well, we're telling you from an outside source, from Google,
Steve,
George Lucas.
Steve, can we
He's
try to
Googling
tap
it.
into your rational brain right now?
Well,
let me ask you this.
You have to be rational and think
he doesn't
outside
listen.
of
This is
your
what
own
I'm
brain.
saying. He doesn't listen.
You're not listening to this.
Steve,
is my
Steve,
house. You're not listening
Steve,
to a rational source outside of
Steve,
yourself.
Let's talk about Luke and let's talk about Han Solo and Princess Leia.
Okay.
Han Solo and Princess Leia arrive at Cloud City.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
They went directly from in the movie, Luke went like this. I gotta go, and then they go, okay, well, we're gonna go this way. All right. So you're saying to me that you think Han Solo and Princess Leia were on Cloud City for 18 months.
I didn't say that.
No, but it would have to be that.
Craig said it.
No. It would have to be that.
But I didn't say it. It's coming from
They would
the
have
source.
to. How long was Han Solo and Princess Leia at Cloud City? And by the way, Darth Vader, he arrived before they got there.
Oh yeah, because he planned that. He was
okay. So
that.
how? So that means then that it took them a year and 8 months, or a year and 6 months to get to Cloud City. Isn't that what that would mean, Craig?
Well, I was going to say to your point, if Rey was on that planet with Luke, it could have been for 18 months too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's no. You're thinking of it incorrectly. No. Luke was already in the Dagobah system for months, and then at a certain time, that's when they decided to go to Cloud City. They didn't do it simultaneously.
No.
They didn't all go at one time.
They were together.
Right, but I'm giving your point credence that if in the movie shows that being 18 months, then when Rey was on that planet with Luke and reading those books and all this other stuff, she could have been there for 18 months.
But Craig, forget about that. Thank you, but that's a different point. My point I'm trying to make is this. Darth Vader was already at Cloud City.
He was planning,
before they got there, because Lando Calrissian said.
But we don't know how much.
Okay,
longer.
so
we don't know the exact time.
No, but he got there before they got there. He said that he.
I know that's for sure.
So Lando Calrissian said they arrived shortly before you got here.
Correct.
I want to know how long then do you think it took a year for them to get from wherever because they just rescued. Princess Leia.
Yeah.
They just rescued her, right? Isn't that what happened? So you're telling me that it's 18 months from that rescue till Darth Vader arrives shortly before they get to Cloud City? That is completely ridiculous.
Look, we're not
Craig,
agreeing.
Craig, is it ridiculous?
We're not agreeing or disagreeing. He's getting it from George Lucas.
No, he didn't get it from George Lucas.
It's weird that Lucasfilm designated that as 18.
Yeah, Lucasfilm. He got it from Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I'm proving that it doesn't make sense.
You know what? I'm realizing?
It doesn't make
us
sense.
talking about this and having arguments about this detail of
no,
these
you
movies.
brought it up.
I know, and I regret every minute of it.
Well, it's too late. You got me started. It's too late. You got me going.
No, this is where I'm going to stop this movie review ridiculousness. I do not want to talk about Star Wars anymore.
I just want you to acknowledge one thing, then we can move on.
Okay.
It does seem egregious that it would be almost.
I agree. No. I agree. Look, I agree. 18 months
but you're not acknowledging. I didn't even get to finish my point. Listen, I don't need him to say yes or no to this because
I don't care at this point.
Rational
I
people
really don't
watching
care at this
know that it didn't take Han Solo and Leia 18 months to get to Cloud City. So that's completely ridiculous, all right? So, therefore, there's no way Luke was on that planet for 18 months.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you.
Because this shit was happening simultaneously. Now, my whole point is this. However long he was on that planet, okay, because it didn't seem like he was on for long because when he fought with his dad, it wasn't a very good fight. He was getting his ass beat.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They were talking about something about 6 months between
all right, 6 months.
Empire and Return, and that's when he was.
Oh no, that's different. No. By that time, he's a Jedi.
Okay.
You know,
That's fine.
by the way, whatever he was doing in that time, he was doing it on his own.
Right.
Because he didn't go back to see Yoda until Return of the Jedi.
Well, here's what it says here too. Either way, Luke spent relatively little time on Dagobah being trained by Yoda, and there were really no other options to learn the ways of the Force when he is the last Jedi.
What you get to say now about Google?
Look,
that's from your man's mouth.
I know.
What you got to say about Google
proved
now?
your point.
Thank you.
I'm throwing in the
Now.
towel.
Okay, now.
But the thing is, I'm realizing now, I really don't want to lose sleep over this, or
Yeah, but
even give him.
You
I
have
brought
been
it
losing
up.
sleep. He brought it
No,
up.
I know,
Can I
but
just finish my
but
point?
the thing is,
finish my
I didn't
point?
want to get this heated on yours, and it's my fault because this is my house.
Yeah,
and
you
I
gotta heat
invited
it.
this ridiculousness.
It's got hot plate.
So
going
all
on.
you Star Wars fans, I apologize.
No, they
Look,
love
I
it.
watched the movies. I haven't read any of the comics or the books. I apologize. I like what I like.
Okay, can I just? I didn't even get to make my freaking point.
You made too many points,
No,
and
but-
I want to end
no,
it
no,
now.
because
You're making
it would,
too many
It would
points.
be done if you would just let me get to it.
No,
If I could just get to it.
right.
If we could just get to it.
Okay.
All right. So now we've already proven, even from Google now, that he wasn't. And it says that he didn't train with Luke. Thing from online. So my point is this: he then goes to fight in Empire. He fights Darth Vader with a lightsaber. Okay.
That was a damn good fight.
With very little training.
Yeah.
So this is the only point I'm trying to make to you.
Okay.
You kept harping on the fact that how can Rey be so good with the lightsaber with very little training? Luke was good with the lightsaber with very little training.
Okay, so Rey's just the best.
And all I'm not, it's not nobody said
Rey,
that.
yeah.
And all I'm saying is Rey was on a planet that it's a rough planet, man. She got to live by herself as a girl with like monsters giving her like horrible food. She had to fight for food. Anyway,
That's fine.
That's my only point.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to get to.
But
But
my point being is, look, we could argue about this all day as far as is Rey better than Luke? Is Luke better than Rey? All I'm saying is it's just I'm questioning like just her authenticity as far as being this all powerful. And I want
that's later.
I want you to add on to the healing because I know that's from the books or the comics,
which I didn't even know, and a lot of people hit me up about that.
Okay, so let's talk.
A lot of people were like, "These
so
guys
let me-
don't know
let-
Star Wars."
we don't, and that's why I have this is my platform. So if you geeks came over here, I'm gonna explain to you.
Apparently,
I've watched the movies. I didn't read the comics, or I haven't read the books. You know, I'm a fan of the movies. You know what I mean?
But apparently,
So,
force healing has been in the Star Wars universe forever. In the comics, in the graphic novels,
we haven't seen it in the movies.
in the
though,
books.
so
It
much.
just wasn't in the movies.
Yeah, it wasn't in the movies.
So that was like
so in our defense, we hadn't seen it in the movies.
We're not. We didn't go to the
So
fucking
they were getting
Tatooine Chronicles.
So these nerds were getting on us that hard.
Yeah, real
They're
hard.
Hard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
That
just
makes-
no. But
yeah,
the
it
thing
didn't
is,
make
like
sense to me.
within the universe, apparently this was something that was going on. But look, I hate to. I'm not trying to go back, but all I'm saying is this: I just like if you look at Luke, okay, so like we know after Empire Strikes Back, he never went back to train with Yoda, and the next time we see him, he's a Jedi Master basically because he goes to see Jabba the Hutt, and he's like doing all this stuff.
yeah,
So he was a Jedi Master at that point.
Yeah,
So it was like with like
He was way more powerful.
right.
yeah.
So where was his training? And so my point is, they were doing the same thing with Rey. They didn't show her training. They didn't show how she got this. We just have to infer that
he
she
accepted.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like
Speculation.
They're pound for pound. They're the same. And I'm saying in the first year of them learning about the Force and being a Jedi, I'm saying Rey would mop the floor with Luke. That's my point.
All right. Well, I'm not going to argue with you.
But anyways,
because I don't. I'm gonna just because I think I put too much
you were so
emphasis.
you were just
I don't
like,
know why. I don't.
Luke was your boyfriend or something.
No. Luke's not my boyfriend. Definitely not my boyfriend.
But you wanted him to be your
no,
boyfriend.
No. I like him as a character and as actor.
Yeah.
I like
Mark
him.
Hamill was
Yeah,
great.
I thought I related more to that than Rey because I felt like I knew Luke
Well,
more
they
better.
did. I just think they didn't do enough with
And
any of those
the way they
characters.
made him go out is.
But this reminds me of Harry Potter. Are you a Harry Potter person?
No, not really. No, I don't. Because if I open that doorway
God.
with you, then
you're gonna lose that.
then you're
'Cause
gonna
I'm a
break
nerd.
out your
I have a wand in my back
wand,
pocket.
and you can be like,
No,
no,
but
that's from spell number 34.
No, but let me just give you an example of
Yeah,
something.
I don't want to
So in the
argue about
books,
spells.
so the books and movies were different in a sense that they left out information from the books
Yeah.
that would have made some things in the movies make a little more sense. Like in the movies, they had this thing called the Marauders map.
Are you talking Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I have nothing to add to
No,
that.
no. It's not, Steve.
Yeah,
doesn't-
yeah,
he
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
He doesn't understand how an analogy works or
No,
like
I
how
know
you compare
perfectly
things.
how it works.
Apparently not,
Yeah, I
because
do.
I'm in the middle of it and you're not paying attention. I'm trying to show why we. I'm trying to. This is for our favor.
I can't believe people like this.
Yeah.
I don't, because people think this works out. I think
You know what a lot of the comments were?
brain,
Eric, you're so patient. How do you deal with Steve? That was half the comments.
So if you're here,
Half the
if you're
comments
a
were like,
Riffin with
Eric
Griffin
is a real
fan,
good friend.
just
Because he
tune out.
really deals with
Separate it.
Steve. I'm trying.
Separate it. Then you don't have to be here. Tune out
There you
now.
go. What are you talking
This
about?
is my platform.
Give it.
This is my platform.
Share and like us both.
No.
The point I'm trying to make is that the books, they left out things from the books that if you never read the books and only saw the movies, there was like key information that after you found this out in the book, you'd be like, oh, I wish they would have had that in the movies. So what I'm saying about is like, are you a Harry Potter person, Craig?
Yeah, I don't remember the book.
But I mean, like this Marauders map was made by Harry's father, Sirius, and other, but they didn't say that in the movies. So the book people knew that, and it changed the thing for them in their head. And I didn't know that until I read the books.
Right.
So what I'm saying is like,
so
in the Star Wars,
Let me
that's what I was trying to get to.
I want to make an amends. So I have to say another apology to the hardcore Star Wars fans. Look, I lack that information.
We didn't know.
It's our fault that we didn't know that, and I could see why you would feel that way about the Jedi healing powers that we weren't educated about.
If you're a movie fan, you're not necessarily going to know the books.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's so
Yeah.
many movies.
Like,
that's
The
enough.
Shining. Isn't Shining a book? Like The Shining, right? Stephen King Shining. And it's way different than the movie, I'm guessing, right? Yeah. The Shining. I want to review that eventually too, The Shining. It is different. But it's different than the book, right?
Oh,
The
for that new one, because the new
The Shining.
one.
No,
Yeah.
not just the new one, just
But I'm
the
saying,
original
I gotta go back.
Stanley
I gotta go
Kubrick
back.
Shining.
I gotta go back and rewatch The Shining.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta do.
Yeah. So
we should do we're gonna watch some movies together. But anyways,
So like,
there was a lot of people, like I said, that a lot of the comments were like, hey,
God, I can't believe
these
they
guys
got
don't know Star Wars.
So
but,
were they emotionally invested in our
but-
ridiculous argument?
But the thing about what we're talking about is kind of like fantasy football,
Yeah.
Like this. I don't own a team. These aren't really my players.
No, they're not,
But
yeah.
but there's something fun about being invested like that, and that's what we do. Like I don't have a problem with like being super into something that's like escapism. That's what this is.
Yeah.
We're escaping from reality so we can
I
talk
love
about
it.
stuff.
I love the
and that's
movies.
why we love talking about it.
And, like,
so
I
and
didn't-
the nerds love commenting on what we don't know, and I think that it's all a symbiotic relationship. So
Yeah.
thank you for the feedback.
Okay, yeah, I could live with that. Let's get off Star Wars, and I want to get on like what stuff
what
that's
else you
going
got?
on now. I wanted to review something because I don't know what you've watched and what you haven't watched.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, like, because we talked a bit about getting a movie platform. What are your thoughts on my brother and Santino's thing?
I've talked about this on my podcast already. I don't care.
But
Like,
you could be real on this.
No, yeah, but
You're
we've
at
made
the Steebee Weebee Show.
this has been made. It's much to do about nothing. They were, they want to do that. They can do it.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
I wish them the best. I mean,
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
I thought maybe because you
No,
and
no,
Bob were supposed to do it.
No, we weren't. Bob, you and Bob were supposed to do it. Didn't Bob tell you that he was going to do something with you too?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're your family.
Yeah. All right.
So
you don't have to.
that's how racist Bobby
You don't
is.
have to rub it in like. Whoa.
Bobby's so racist that he's like, I can't do a podcast with another Korean.
Hey, but I'm his brother.
I know. That's how.
Okay. Look.
No, this is the only thing that bothered me about it. This is the only thing that bothers me about it. It's just a personal thing with Bobby, because if I were to like, did you see that green screen thing I made when they were on the Santino's
Yeah,
podcast?
yeah,
and they were running down.
And you put yourself in there.
Yeah. So they're going like, okay, we should do a movie with all the Comedy Store people.
Yeah.
And they mentioned literally all the comics, all white, by the way, all the comics, and then like some girls, and then like they didn't mention me at all, right? Okay, if I was on
a colleague, though.
Listen.
Yeah.
If I was on a podcast with Santino and I said to Santino, let's do a movie with all the people at the Comedy Store and let's mention them. And if I didn't mention Bobby, what do you think he would say?
He would say something.
He would be fucking furious, okay? Because that's how he is. And he's just such a little fucking hypocrite about that kind of stuff. So I don't, like, the thing is, like, I wish he would have just said, I would prefer to do the podcast not with my brother, not with the other person like that's been his close friend for so long. I want to do it with Santino. And I would have been like, I get it. But don't tell me I'm not going to do it. And it's all this stuff that he was saying. Well, he could have just said, yeah, I'm going to do that. Who cares?
People deal with those situations differently. You know, people want to avoid confrontation.
But there would have been no confrontation.
I know. But not, everyone
He
deals
made
with
it out like it was like,
But listen, this is what I want. This is what bothered me. I wanted initially, when we played Destiny 1, I wanted Eric G and Deuce, because Eric G and Deuce Lee, there was a lot of potential there.
Yeah, but from the beginning,
because people like three of us.
I know,
the three of us together.
Steve, from the beginning, don't you understand? From the beginning, Bobby never wanted to do anything with us. I mean,
it hurts so much.
I know, right?
Hearing it from you.
Like this is like,
it hurts.
From the very beginning, Bobby has never wanted to do a podcast with you or I. Because Bobby don't need Santino. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing about this is all about Bobby.
It would have been so fun.
Listen,
man.
every podcast that Bobby goes on, he gets a lot of numbers.
Of course.
Every single podcast he goes on. He went on
course.
What's Her Face's podcast, the chick from Moms, the funny what No, not that one.
I don't know.
She's on Mom. She's in a scary movie.
Yeah,
Chris Pratt's ex. Why are we forgetting her name? People right now are screaming at the television and their phones right now.
Can you fact
Look
check
it up.
that?
Anyway,
Yeah.
he was on her podcast and he had the biggest numbers out of all her guests.
How many?
Steve, you never listen to the real point. That's
Okay.
the frustrating part.
Okay.
like you're missing the point right now.
Okay.
My point is he doesn't need to do another podcast with Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
He went on
Anna
Anna Faris's
Faris.
podcast and he had these huge numbers. What I'm trying to say is this. He doesn't need to do a podcast with Santino. Bobby could choose anyone and it's going to be successful. Yeah. And my point is he elected not to choose his brother or me. He went with the redhead. That's what bothers me.
He's coming here in a couple weeks. I'm going to talk to him about it.
Yeah. That's the point.
I have some questions for him.
You know what?
Should I let him know?
Surprise come over.
Oh, you should be in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, let's fucking do that.
But he might watch. He doesn't watch.
Are you kidding me?
Watch
you think he watches your podcast?
No, he doesn't.
If he did, that's probably why he doesn't want to do one with you.
None of them do. Well, how about this? You know, it'd be better if I have like a little cellar.
I'm not gonna go in your fucking cellar. This motherfucker, you have a cellar? Where's the cellar?
It's
Is it with the air conditioning in the bathroom?
I have it's like in the I have a basement area. But
he has a basement.
Wait, hold up.
In this little bullshit ass apartment.
You can hide in there.
No, I'm just gonna go in the fucking bathroom.
No, but you should get like a Halloween outfit.
No, we need to do this.
Okay.
We need to tell me when. This is how we'll do it. Oh, but you can't put this out. No, they're gonna hope they tip them off. You can't say anything, fucks. This is a surprise.
The people watching this is our plan.
So you have to bring it up though. Like in the podcast, you have to bring it up. You got to be like, so why didn't you do a podcast with Eric?
And then I'll give you a sign like
I'll know.
I'll cough. I'll go.
I'll hear it, and I'll just bust out.
Yeah.
What, you little fuck? You know.
Yeah,
and
that'd be amazing.
We'll just double team him.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Anyway, so by the way, let me just clear the air again.
No, this is but
I want there's a lot of people doing 3 or 4 podcasts. So it's like, I'm glad he's doing his thing.
One is hard to do.
They can do their thing. It's totally fine.
Yeah,
I honestly don't care. I love them both.
Fine.
They're my friends.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
They're doing their thing.
Yeah. So I don't really care about it. I just care about how Bobby handled it. That's all.
That's fine. I mean,
that's all I care about. He handled it wrong.
Right.
It was like he handled it in a way it was fucked up. You know?
No, like for those viewers and listeners who are
And Bad Friend is a beautiful name.
Or Bad Friend, yeah. For those people trying to start up their own podcast or platform, like what advice would you give? Like what do you spend most of your time doing? Like as far as what do you need to be able to do to be self-sufficient? Let's talk about some of that stuff. It's interesting to me because I had to learn it. It was a process.
Well, I mean, by the way, you're better off than me because I don't even have somebody sitting behind the camera
That's
for
my
what,
brother,
for
right?
what I do.
That's my
so this is what I'm saying is
friend
I
right
suggest you get help.
Yeah.
You get somebody
So
who...
it's hard to do it solely on your
It
own.
really is hard because
what makes it so hard?
Well, because I'm missing out on the other things that I could be working on. I should just be worried about the creative. I should be worried about what I'm going to talk to about the guests. I should be having my little notes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm too busy having to worry about the sound and the camera and booking the guests and making sure they get there and then like setting it up. And then so by the time I sit down, I'm like, whew, okay, and then and then after that, it's like promoting of the podcast, the cutting up clips, and that's why you need like a team. It's best to have a team,
So how hard was it for you to learn how to edit and use the camera?
What about you?
Lenses?
Aren't you doing it?
Well,
How hard is it for you?
It took me months and months. Like I had to like just go to Craig's for like weeks and just watch him edit. Then I eventually started editing on that. I bought that computer from him, and then.
Well, I reached out to the fans. Like the fans were great. Well, I reached out to some, but a lot of them you learn because of the shit talk from them. Your audio sucks, and
right.
you know what I mean. So you're like, fuck. So I got to go to YouTube. Best audio settings for a podcast,
right? I mean, that's the reason why. Because me and Craig got into it because one of our guests, I'm not going to say who, like their volume was low, and I had the H4, and Craig was helping me edit that night because the audio was so like up and down. And it took us hours to do that. And
that's when you normalize. That's when you use a limiter. That's when you use when you have a limiter, that's
what's a limiter? Go ahead.
Well, a limiter is like, no, I just recently got all this. I you nerds out there, this is my limited knowledge of it, my limited knowledge of the limiter, but it's basically sets the highest peak. Okay.
Okay.
So it sets.
Do you do that on the recorder itself or your program?
No. This is in Logic.
Logic.
Or whatever you use.
Okay.
So it sets the highest peak. So therefore, you could turn the volume up on things, and it's not going to go past that.
But what if they're too low?
No, it's okay for them to be too low. Being too low is good. Being too high is what's wrong.
Oh,
like it's fine when things are low because you can always raise it up.
But the thing that attracted me to the Zoom H6 is you could adjust in real time.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you should still you should never go past 5 on that. That's what I've found.
Why is that? Is
because
it peaks too high?
Yeah, it peaks too high. It's gonna be too hot.
Right.
Then, especially with certain voices, and then you normalize it. Right, and then it's like now you have the levels where it's going to be, and then you can raise the volume or lower the volume, and it's not going to sound distorted or anything like that.
Right.
These are all the things you end up finding out, and then like in terms of like the editing, it's like you like we're just doing a static shot.
Yeah,
but there's some people,
doing multiple.
Yeah, but
angles.
I started to go like after doing Rick Glassman's podcast, I saw you had him on too.
Yeah. How was that? Was it fun there?
Yeah, it's fun. It's real fun. So after doing that,
shout out to Rick.
I start to maybe like when I do solo episodes, I put like pictures in, or I put like grabbing video.
So you just you just learn that on your own?
Self-taught, baby.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's right. So I'm still, and I'm really looking into like getting a real nerd that lives in my area to start helping me.
Why'd you get an intern, man? I'm sure.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I needed to know how to do everything first. Like,
right.
Because I didn't want to get some producer come in and was like, oh, well, I could do everything. And, this is really difficult. So I'm going to charge you this amount of percentage. Now I could be like, nah.
Yeah, because
I actually know how to do this. So
right.
You're just helping me.
That gives you the upper hand because you have knowledge.
Yeah. You got to have knowledge of what you're doing. I think it's important to know how to do shit, and then you know what you don't know.
Right.
And then you could go and be like, okay, I need you to take me to the next level with what you bring to it. So
are you allowed to because I'm thinking of like other content because I know you never run out of ideas, but I thought maybe a good idea was maybe bringing a camera to the Comedy Store, like behind the scenes stuff. Like,
yeah, it just depends though. You have to.
Are you allowed to film there?
It just depends. You have to like you don't want to get too many people involved where they're like, hey, I don't want you to show that, or I don't want it's best to just stay away from that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, I already told you what your format should be. Your thing should be called the Steebee Weebee Show.
Go ahead.
And it's like 30 minutes of interview, and then it's like part of your show is opening up the P.O. box, man on the street. The whole show is like
a variety show.
Yeah, encapsulated into one show.
So it should be like the puppet show. It should be
exactly
Steebee on the Streety.
Yeah. And then you change it up all the time, you know? Where people are like, and they were like, we're back to the puppet segment. And they're like, oh, yay. So
right. So it's like a Pee-wee's Playhouse mixed with like a Mr. Rogers.
And you can actually masturbate on this.
All right, go to bluechew.com, promo code Steebee.
There you go. Got an extra ad in.
So when you free yourself up, is it because you want to focus more on your comedy bits?
Yeah.
Because it seems like how many hours are we good on time?
Yeah, don't.
Okay,
Steve,
okay.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't even look because you get so distracted so easily.
How many?
Jingle some keys so Steve will be like, what the fuck?
Like, how many hours do you spend editing and filming and doing vlogs?
Actually, because I just do a static shot.
Yeah.
Like now I got it down to a science. You know?
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So I put like. I have my title. I have my, you know, the stuff that's going to be on the video, the people's names and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Now I just drop the video into that. Then I just change the names, change the episode number. Yeah. I actually can get it done in like, 10, 15 minutes now.
That fast?
Yeah, because it's already after the rendering.
And you synchronize your stuff.
Yeah, the audio easily can sync with in those programs. You could do it too in Premiere.
Oh, you can?
Yes, I told you this. This motherfucker don't listen.
You're not listening, Steve.
Yeah.
The main frustration I have with just doing this is not this. We could all learn, right? But it's the guests.
Yeah, that's
I only have so much. Well, I don't have it like you and Santino and Delete. I don't have it like that.
I understand.
It's like
every week you're like, and this is a homeless woman I met at.
Wait, hey man, don't.
I met this homeless woman at CVS. So tell me,
hey,
how was it to be homeless?
My guests, man. No, these people have skills and they have.
I know.
Dreams and ambition, too, just because they're not on the billboard. Do you really look at my guests that way? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, so with that being said, what do you recommend?
This person fell down at the skate park, and I just wanted to ask them.
You son of a gun. What am I supposed to do? If there was an agency out there, this is what I was hoping. If there was an agency out there that just specialized in that. Finding talent, right? Yeah. But only specializing in podcasts. Well, that would help me out a lot.
Steve, if you want somebody on your podcast, I suggest you go to their Instagram or go to their website or go to their go to their IMDb, wherever. Find out who their agent is. Find out who their publicist is, and then you send a message to that person. Agents actually take calls. If you go, hi, I get a cover letter. I'm Stephen Lee, brother of Bobby Lee. You got to mention Bobby. And then I have a very popular podcast. I have this many followers. I get this many views. Yeah. I would love to have your client on my show. Start there.
You've done that?
Yeah. I don't have to do that.
But I've done it for some Comedy Store. You get a lot.
No, I just get random. Now people are just like, hey, can I come
people
on
are
the
hitting
podcast?
You up?
Yeah. I get publicists hit me up.
So publicists are hitting you up right now?
Yeah, they hit me up like, can I come? My client come on your show, or just people when you have a discussion with someone, like certain people will be like, hey, can I come? But I don't always want people coming to my place.
Right.
Like I don't want strange like.
So don't you think that if we start
degree of separation,
if we start our thing or when we start our thing, I think
we're not gonna have guests.
We're not.
No, we don't need guests.
Oh, you're right. It's
gonna be you and me talking about movies.
No, but it would be...
A guest would be special. We'll get a guest when it's like, here's the sound editor from Jurassic Park. And we're like, we're going to get something like that.
And so do you think that they will be open to us, like accepting us as a duo? Like, hey...
Steve, they already do. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying a company like All Things Comedy.
Oh, I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering.
Do it ourselves.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm just my foot's my foot's cramped.
Your foot?
Yeah, I don't know. It's cramped.
You're very limber. You're
what
practically.
Do you mean? What do you mean limber?
I'm just saying. It looks like you can jack off with your feet.
What do you mean? I don't jack off with my feet. Is that what you think?
It just looks like.
You think that? You think when everyone?
You know how they say you jack off with your left hand and it doesn't feel? It feels like a different person. I'm imagining with your feet.
How do you know I use my left hand? How do you know that?
I want to thank you guys for watching Steebee Weebee.
No, but how'd you know that? Because I do.
Steve, you got that vibe. You got that left hand.
I got the left
vibe.
Wait, hold on, let's talk about this.
That should be some merch.
So
I jack off with my left hand.
Without me disclosing my masturbation habits, you knew.
You just disclosed your masturbation habits
but
earlier.
Before that, how did you know?
For Blue Chew.
How did you know that I use my left hand? I have that vibe.
You have a hot plate in your room. Whoever has a hot plate jacks off with their left hand. Trust me. Especially if it's 3 feet away from their bed.
I don't know how that I don't know. That bothers me that you know that. I don't know why. It bothers me.
Severely. Now you're going to be thinking about it every time you reach with your left hand. You're like, oh, Griffin knew I did this.
I'm using my right hand now. From now on, I'm using my right hand.
Well, but that's like so ordinary.
Yeah, left hand. I don't know. I think it's like the part of your brain, because you use, when you do different things with left or right side, you use different parts of your brain. So I'm thinking that when I'm using my left, it's like I'm feeling the sensations, but I'm not really. It's like a foreign thing. Like, oh, this is like new. You know how like when your girl. Yeah. So go to BlueChew.com, promo code Steebee.
Yeah.
All right.
It should be promo code left hand.
Hey, can we
just call them?
What about calling our movie review thing my left hand?
Oh my, Steve.
What do you mean? No.
Let's put that in the idea box.
Because there's that Daniel Day-Lewis movie called My Left Foot, but this is kind of
my left hand.
Yeah.
Now he's got it in my head.
My
left hand movie review.
And then we'll make shirts in where it's just your left hand. Well, holding like a movie stub, like this, like a ticket. No.
Okay. A ticket shaped like a dick.
No, just like a regular ticket like this, but my left hand.
Okay. Well, like I said.
And a box of popcorn. Okay.
Here's the idea box.
Okay. Sorry.
It's in the idea box.
I like doing this in real time.
We're gonna put more ideas in the idea box, and we'll shuffle them around, and we'll figure out.
So what's the next movie? I want to be prepared. I want to talk about it. Like, what can we discuss next time on your?
Oh, I did watch.
Yeah,
Servant. Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, let's save it for. Because it's already like how long? Hasn't it been an hour already?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What time did we start? I thought it was like 8:15 we started. We started by 8:30. Did we? What does it say on the thing there? Oh God! All right, let's go. Okay. Anyway, Servant. I loved Servant.
Okay, what did you like about it?
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I you know what I liked about it is the fact that like they always left you with a question where you're like, I gotta watch the next episode.
Is the baby alive? Is the baby dead?
No, I never had that question.
But the girl's background, the nanny's background.
I never had that question at all. This is spoiler alert. Like we have to this is a huge spoiler.
It's huge spoiler alert.
Like if we're gonna talk about Servant, if you haven't watched Servant, then you need to turn this off if you're gonna watch it. But if you've already watched it and want to talk about it,
let's just give them context. So initially, it's a mother that has a baby boy, right? But then through the series, she loses the baby.
Okay, this is first of all, terrible. Like, just let me handle this because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's not it.
No,
and they replace the baby with the fake baby.
Servant is about a couple. Okay,
yeah.
A couple who has a baby. Something tragic happened to the baby. The mom has some psychosis in her head that she's blocked. Some hippie chick decided let's give her a doll, and the woman has associated. She thinks the doll is real, right?
Yeah.
To the point where they even hire a nanny to take care of the doll. This nanny is this weird person, the servant. That's why it's called the servant.
Yeah.
She's weird, kind of awkward background. We know anything about her, and she's like the husband's freaked out because she's acting like this doll is real. Next thing you know, there's an actual real baby in the crib.
Well, you're missing a point. You're missing a main point.
What's the main point?
Well, you're saying psychosis. That's kind of a broad statement. She's in a bit of a denial about it as well.
So she has a...
No, it's not just psychosis. It's through this traumatic event. There's traumatic event where...
Craig, look up psychosis and read it to this
psychosis, motherfucker. But she's in denial about it as well because she doesn't want to believe that... No, she's not accepting of it. I mean, there's deeper issues, but she is in denial about it as well.
But eventually we find out, like it goes on, and I guess what I'm saying. He's like, that's what the psychosis is anyway.
Contact is lost with external reality.
Exactly.
Okay.
Context is lost with external reality.
But she is in denial as well. She's in denial as well. All right.
Anyway,
okay.
But that's not leaving anything out because psychosis covers that.
All right.
But anyways, and so you go on.
Psychosis doesn't mention denial, though, does it?
It doesn't have to mention it.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to argue about this.
This is like Ray and Luke. This is what you do.
No. But that's what makes. This is why people tune in. It's because we argue about stupid stuff. So anyway,
they tune in to see you not listening show.
So anyway,
though, what I liked about the series is like, it's like this very slow paced. You know something happened to this baby and you don't know. So they keep hinting at it. So the brother and the brother-in-law played by Rupert Grint from Harry Potter, the brother-in-law and the husband, they're in on what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so they know
well, they're
happened.
They're enabling this to happen.
They've enabled her
Thanks.
to like.
That's the one thing you agreed with me the whole hour.
Well, you made
I said enabling,
Steve,
and you. Oh, thank you, God.
Steve,
he agrees with me with one word.
Steve, when you make sense,
oh my God,
I'm gonna agree with you. The other times you don't make sense, I'm not. We're
missing another main point as far as the mother. The mother is a newscaster.
How can I review things? Why is that important?
It's important because it's a part of the narrative because they use a lot of the footage from these tapes of her like in certain scenes. Yeah. So it adds to the narrative.
Yeah. I understand that. But
so
we don't want to give away everything.
No, but that's an important. It's not giving away everything. It's just giving you context to what she does. Is
a huge spoiler.
And her
what
husband.
We just said.
How is that a spoiler? I'm not spoiling anything.
We just did.
No.
That's how the girl knew her is a huge spoiler. But anyway, whatever.
Well, they won't know until they won't know until they start watching. They really don't know what we're talking about until they start watching. It's not a spoiler.
If you start
Craig,
watching,
was that a spoiler?
No, I mean, I think you figured out.
You'll figure it out.
No, that's not that soon. It's a little bit later when the girl's looking at the tape of her and the girl's a little girl.
I thought it was episode 3 or 4. It's still early.
Yeah, but even still.
Either way.
So then like this girl, we don't know where she's from, and like I say, it's very slow. And then, like it doesn't come till later that you find out she's a part of some cult.
Yeah.
But what's crazy?
We don't even know the sect of the cult. We don't know.
Ends, and we don't know if that's.
Is it a magic cult? Is it a Satan cult?
Is it her baby? Is it like we don't know anything? So it's really fascinating. It was well done.
Yeah.
Well, some of M. Night Shyamalan's best work, actually.
I wouldn't say best, but I enjoyed it.
I said it's some of his best work.
Yeah.
I didn't say best.
Okay.
But if you would listen, you would hear what I'm saying.
All right.
I said some of his best
Some
work.
of his best. Okay.
Yeah.
I
didn't say best.
Gotcha. I've definitely tuned into The Servant. It was, it kept my attention. I wanted to tune in every week.
And then when it's over.
the husband was a renowned chef as well.
Chef.
He was a chef. They're pretty financial. They're a rich family in New York.
Because of her father.
Yeah, because of her father.
But you know what's crazy is like I don't know if I really like that. Even though the season ended, we still don't know anything.
I don't. Yeah.
We know like.
I thought there was another one after. I didn't know that was the final one.
Yeah.
When the
but they already picked up
when the event happened, right? The final conclusion.
When they finally showed exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It was a good build up to be like, oh.
But I'm still confused. Like,
no. Because let me ask you this: I was the whole time until episode 9 or whatever that was, where we find out what really happened. Is like I was like. What would make her think that doll was a real baby? And once they showed, let's not even spoil that, but once they showed what happened, then you go, oh shit, I see why she thought the doll was a real baby.
Yeah.
And it's really great.
Yeah.
Well,
the nanny was she was a major integral part of the whole narrative as well.
Oh, right.
Even certain scenes with her, like in her room, and like the way she would. It was
she's
kind of biblical. A lot of the stuff is biblical.
Shit.
Yeah, a lot of
religious.
religious.
Well, we already
themes.
know that she was a part of a religious cult.
Right.
They say that. That's how the woman figured out that she knew that aunt.
Yeah. There's definitely you could tell M. Night definitely thought of this stuff.
Yeah.
He likes to keep people.
Well, I like that it's not. I like that he decided like he probably. You know what? He probably went to Apple.
Yeah.
And he was like,
"That's smart."
No.
Well, I'm just saying to go through Apple.
I didn't even get to make my point.
You know what I mean? Shut up.
You don't even get to make a point with this guy.
Oh, shut up.
My point I'm trying to make is
every time you're here, I feel like I'm gonna get a heart attack. It's like we got to do this every other.
You don't
month.
have to have a heart attack.
No,
All you got to do is listen.
You raise my blood pressure so much
because you don't listen.
I do though.
You don't listen.
I'll be quiet.
You
right
cut
now.
in before I can finish.
Oh,
I think that he went to Apple and he told them, "Here's my idea for season 1." And he said to them, "I'm not going to wrap this up in season 1." And that's the thing. I think that's why they gave him 2 seasons right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because like imagine if it was canceled right now, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
If it was canceled, you'd be like, "Oh man, they just left this beautiful world." Like, just like you're like, "Oh, what's gonna happen next?" So, I did really enjoy.
We
that
highly
show.
recommend it though. It's
Yeah, we
definitely it's fun to watch.
Highly recommend watching The Servant, which
Yeah.
means you have to get Apple TV, but you can get it free for a year. There's a lot of little perks you can get.
Absolutely.
Did you guys watch C on there too?
No, I wanna.
I love that one.
What about on Netflix? Cheer. Have you seen Cheer?
No.
It's about the cheerleading squad from Navarro Junior College. Oh, you got to watch it.
I'll watch that.
It's
one.
amazing. It's amazing.
One thing I'm watching right now, I'm watching Raising Dion.
Was that on Netflix? What is
It's
that?
on Netflix.
Okay.
Is
Is that a series? What is
It's
that?
a series, but it's like I'm not sure if it's in the Marvel universe, but it's based off a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this kid has powers that he got from his father, but it's like it's like I started watching. I was like, oh, this ain't bad, It's,
So we could do that too on our movie. We could do series,
we're gonna do TV.
Netflix. We could do all of it. Yeah.
Listen, guys, we are for sure gonna start a movie review, an entertainment review. That's what we'll call it, entertainment review.
Yeah, to keep it open.
Argument show.
Okay. That's if we don't kill each other before then. Oh my God.
We're not gonna kill each other.
Okay,
Relax.
I love you. I love you.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Because
I
right
do.
now you
I
look
do.
like.
No, I do. You make me. God, I'm sweating in my own place.
I don't feel love when you do it like this.
What do you mean?
I love you, yeah.
No.
Ooh, yeah, I love you. Are you,
But I
are you
just
like
think-
this with your girlfriend?
No. I just think because our characters.
Baby, do you love me? Ooh,
Dude,
yeah,
don't-
baby,
you-
I love you so much. Do
Are
you
you
do
gonna
that?
open that door right now? Are you opening it?
Alani, come on out.
Don't do it, dude. Please don't do that. I want to end on a positive note. Let's start plugging your stuff and your comedy dates and your website.
Well, just go to
Yeah.
ericgriffin.com.
And what else?
And just go to ericgriffin.com. I got @ericgriffin on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. And I got all the information there. I got a bunch of dates
Eric
coming
with
up.
a
I don't know
K.
when this is going to air, so I need you to
next week.
Oh, well, next week. So before the weekend?
It's going to be next Wednesday.
Oh, then, okay, perfect. Well, then you can see me in Tacoma.
Okay,
We'll
go
be
ahead.
at the Tacoma Comedy Club
What date?
that weekend, whatever that weekend is. The next weekend. Let me look and see. Let me look at the dates. Let me look at the dates, baby. Let me look. Yeah, the 30th, first, and the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st. I'll be in Tacoma Comedy Club. So hopefully he released it when he said he was, and if not, you missed me.
And when is Riffin with Griffin?
Oh, Riffin with
Yeah,
Griffin.
Go ahead.
I released the audio on Saturdays and Sunday, and Monday I released the video, and I'm starting to release the audio. I'm going to start releasing the audio early to YouTube members and Patreon members. So check me out on
Let's
there
plug
too.
your Patreon more.
Yeah, it's just Patreon Eric Griffin. I'm Eric Griffin on everything.
Okay, cool. Patreon.com/Eric Griffin.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again, buddy.
And we're gonna do it. And we're still gonna do Steebee Weebee. We're still gonna do Riffin
Yeah,
with
we're
Griffin.
still doing
but we're
it.
gonna do our entertainment review
We're
show.
still doing it.
And
We're
I'm looking
keeping the
forward
dream
to
alive.
it.
Yeah.
we're keeping
Yeah,
the dream.
let's
How?
do
Because
it.
we have like combined episodes. If we think about it, we already have like.
Let's not do the math right now.
You have 5. You've been on mine 4 or 5 times. Yeah, we got like 10 episodes. You know what we should do? Is we should put all those episodes up on our new thing.
Our movie thing.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to do that as
Yeah.
well?
Wait, why-
Do we have to take it on our? Take
No,
it
we
out?
just
we
re-upload
repost
it.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, we could just
Oh,
re-upload it. We could just
sorry.
re-upload
You know
all
that
the,
better than I do.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know
I
what
don't
mean?
know.
And we'll just do it like that. So it'd be
Okay.
like,
That's
guys,
fine.
here we are. It's
Look,
a good
we-
way to start getting viewers.
God, I can't believe we made it through this. We made it.
Why do you
And
say that
then,
every time? Like, he says
Well,
that every
the
time.
thing
Like,
is 'cause
by
we
the end of the
argued.
episode, we're gonna be
We-
like, "Fuck you."
No, wait, no. But the thing is, let me
You
apologize.
like the camera should
I want
fall?
to make it another apology. I want to apologize to the hardcore Star Wars fans again. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry that we didn't do extensive research on the ethos of Star Wars. So I can't know everything. I
Oh,
apologize.
we know, Steve. That
Okay,
You can't know everything.
so we have a website attached to the show, SteebeeWeebieShow.com. Go there to get merch or to find out information pertaining to the show. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/SteebieWeebie. I wanted to thank or welcome the new patrons and thank Andrew Lincoln, Benny P, and Tenno XX, TENNOXX. My Instagram, or the Instagram affiliated with the show, is QUANGOU, Instagram/QUANGOU. Go to SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com. I finished the EP. I'm still trying to mix it down.
You're the
I'm
dad
finished.
one?
Yeah, the dad one.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah, I worked hard on it, and there's 6 songs on it. So
I should have flipped
Yeah.
out on you like you did on my podcast.
okay, we don't have to bring that up. I love
Craig,
you.
this guy fucking flips out.
Okay. Let's talk about that after. I'm almost done with these announcements. Okay. So we also have a PO box. If you want to send stuff, 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, PO Box 1391, LA, California 90093. We have other content on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Steebee Weebee. We got vlogs, puzzle videos, clips, cooking vlogs, Steebee on the Streety, P.O. Box.
Jesus.
So definitely.
He does Legos.
No, not Legos, dude. Don't say
That would be actually dope.
What, Legos? I might do that.
Send some ideas in for Steve.
All right.
When you watch Steve building a Lego set right now or playing Jenga with himself, that'd be dope.
Son of a gun. Support all the homies podcast, Movies with Malice, Riffin with Griffin, Lasco Projects, and Necro Electric, and WFU. Okay. With that being said, Little Ray's
Fire Team is still alive.
Little Ray is going to return soon. Just be patient.
Oh, and check me out on Erik Griffin Gaming on YouTube.
Love you.
All right, I gotta get home.